Simon Coveney for the South constituency from 2004 to 2007. He was elected to Dáil Éireann in a by-election, following the death of his father Hugh Coveney. After the formation of the coalition government in March 2011, Coveney was appointed Minister for Agriculture, Food and the Marine, following a cabinet reshuffle in July 2014, which saw him also take over the position of Minister for Defence. Following the formation of a Fine Gael minority government in May 2016, he was appointed Minister for Housing, Planning, Community and Local Government. In June 2017, after Leo Varadkar succeeded Enda Kenny as Taoiseach, Varadkar appointed Coveney as Minister for Foreign Affairs and Trade and Deputy Leader of Fine Gael. He was appointed Taoiseach in November 2017, following the resignation of Francis Fitzgerald. As part of the new government formed following the 2020 general election, Coveney was appointed Minister for Foreign Affairs and Defence in the new cabinet. Coveney was born in Cork in 1972 to Hugh Coveney and Pauline Coveney. His father was a chartered quantity surveyor and later a TD, and also a member of one of the famous merchant families in the city. His uncle is Archbishop Patrick Coveney. Simon was educated locally in Cork, before later attending Clongowes Wood College, County Kildare. He was expelled from the college in transition year but ultimately was invited back to complete his full 6 years there. He repeated his leaving certificate in Bruce College in Cork. Coveney subsequently attended University College Cork and Gurteen Agricultural College, before completing a BSc in Agriculture and Land Management from Royal Agricultural College, Gloucestershire. In 1997, he led the Sail Chernobyl project, which involved sailing a boat 30,000 miles around the world and raising €650,000 for charity. He spent several years working as an agriculture advisor and farm manager. His brother, Patrick, is chief executive of the food corporation Greenco. Coveney was elected to Dáil Éireann as a Fine Gael candidate for Cork South Central in a by-election, caused by the death of his father in 1998. In spite of being a strong supporter of party leader John Bruton, he remained on the backbenches for a number of years. In 2001, discipline in the parliamentary party broke down and Coveney came out against Bruton in a leadership heave. His loss of support was a surprise and encouraged others to vote against Bruton. The subsequent leadership contest was won by Michael Noonan and a new front bench was put in place. After an initial period on the backbenches, Coveney was promoted to the front bench by Michael Noonan as Deputy Chief Whip. Coveney was re-elected at the 2002 general election, in what turned out to be a disaster for Fine Gael. The party lost 23 seats and some of its most important party figures. Noonan was replaced as party leader by Enda Kenny, who promoted Coveney to the position of spokesperson on communications, marine and natural resources. In his new front bench, Coveney was elected to the European Parliament for the South constituency in the 2004 European Parliament election. During his 3 years as an MEP, Coveney held the position of Human Rights Coordinator for the largest political group in the European Parliament, the European People's Party, and twice authored the Parliament's annual report on human rights in the world. He spearheaded the Stop the Traffic campaign at the European Parliament. He was a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee and the Delegation for Relations with the United States and a substitute on the Human Rights Subcommittee, Fisheries Committee, Internal Market and Consumer Protection Committee and the Delegation for Relations with Iran. Coveney returned to Ireland to contest the 2007 general election. He was successful in being returned to the Dáil. As a result, he stepped down as a member of the European Parliament. He was replaced in the European Parliament by Colm Burke. Fine Gael won back many of the seats that the party had lost 5 years earlier. However, they still fell short of forming a coalition government with the Labour Party. Coveney returned to the party's front bench as spokesperson on communications, energy and natural resources. In June 2010, Coveney and a number of other front bench spokespersons stated that they had no confidence in their party leader, Enda Kenny. A subsequent confidence motion in the leader was won by Kenny. Coveney was reappointed to the front bench as spokesperson on transport. On 9 March 2011, Coveney was appointed Minister for Agriculture, Food and the Marine, in the new Fine Gael Labour Party coalition government. He attended his first meeting of EU agriculture ministers in Brussels on 17 March 2011. Coveney provoked controversy when, in September 2011, he flew to Algeria on the government jet at a cost of more than €26,000 to the Irish taxpayer when there were flights available for €16,331. While there, Coveney